Hey everybody, this is Bohan Girl 84, aka Peck to Death 84, and welcome to my Let's Play of Mirror's Edge. I'm really excited. This also marks the first Let's Play that I'm doing here on YouTube, with an Xbox 360 game. I mean, this game also came out for the PS3, but I only have an Xbox 360 copy, so it's a little different for me. I bet you guys are pretty accustomed to seeing my PlayStation 3, I guess, desk, I don't know what you call it, but the background, Heavy Rain, so you're not going to see that this time around. So, yeah, EA made this game, and I've checked out a little bit of Battlefield, one of their other games, and pretty cool stuff. By the way, first off, I do have to say, I'm really excited about this game, because this is one of those games that's like, it's really unique, because it deals with parkour, and I like that a lot. I mean, I don't do parkour myself, but it's just, it was very different, you know? So I'm just gonna choose normal, just for the sake of this Let's Play, and let's get right into it. I'll try to avoid talking over the cutscenes as much as possible.
Once the city used to pulse with energy, dirty and dangerous, but alive and wonderful. Now, it's something else. The changes came slowly at first. Most didn't realize, or didn't care, and accepted them. They chose a comfortable life. Some didn't. And those who refused to conform were pushed to the sidelines, criminalized. They became our clients. We call ourselves runners. We exist on the edge, between the gloss and the reality. The mirror's edge. We keep out of trouble, out of sight, and the cops don't bother us. Runners see the city in a different way. We see the flow. Rooftops become pathways and conduits, possibilities, and routes to escape. The flow is what keeps us running, keeps us alive.
Training time, Faith. Yeah, I know you hate it, but that fall took you out of commission for a while. And now you're back, you gotta keep sharp, especially in this city. Check out these new training grounds, pretty slick, huh? Celeste's on runaround duty, so get to her and just go with the flow, okay?
When I first played this game, when I learned that LB was the jump button, I don't know what button it would be for the PS3 version, but I always found that unusual, because I've always, in every other game, it's like the A button, like the bottom button. So I just found that a little unusual, especially for a game that deals with parkour, where you're presumably going to be jumping a lot. So this is the obligatory tutorial chapter, which is good. I run through it anyway. I mean, I've played this game quite a few times, but it's always kind of good, especially if I haven't played it in a while, just to kind of.
Hi Faith, welcome back.
Just to kind of refresh my memory.
We'll be seeing you so soon.
So now I'll follow this girl here, Celeste. And by the way, that intro video, the animation that they use, I don't know about you guys, but it always reminds me of those Esurance commercials, the ones that they used to give a long time ago with that girl with like the pink hair. I don't know, just they look a little bit alike, so yeah, who knows. And by the way, if you guys have never played the hard version of this game, the main difference between that and the normal version is that none of these, you know, nothing turns red, so the way through an area is not going to be as obvious. So I've beaten the hard mode once, and I think the combat is a little tougher. And I'm also not sure, you'll see in a moment later on in this tutorial that you can actually slow down time. And that helps a lot with, I usually don't use it with the parkour elements, but I use it more for the combat when I'm trying to disarm somebody. It's like insanely helpful. Because most of the time when I try to do it in real-time, normal speed, I kind of fail miserably, so you'll see me abuse it a lot. By the way, I absolutely love, you're gonna hear me praise this game a lot. I mean, definitely this game has a lot of flaws, for sure, which I'll talk about throughout my videos. You'll see them. But a lot of things I really like. One is the style. People might criticize this. For example, if you look at the style of this, you're mostly what? You're mostly you know, running across rooftops, that sort of thing. And the big predominant color, or yeah, I guess I'll just say color, is white. And I actually kind of like it, and I think it's pretty significant, especially with the story. The story, which is really kind of a throwaway story. It's your standard, okay, you have these people that are rebels, and they refuse to conform with this you know, sort of utopian, dystopian, whatever you want to call it, society that is predominant. So I think it actually, the style of the game actually really, the style of the visuals really matches the sentiment of the story. So I gotta like it. You have these little pops of color here and there. I guess that's supposed to symbolize the fact that there are people that refuse to oh, come on. There are people that refuse to conform to that to the way the society was supposed to be in this game. So I'm supposed to, oh my gosh. Okay, this is getting a little comical at this point. So I'm supposed to jump and coil over. So let me see if I can just try to get a little momentum. Maybe that might allow me to get over this. And of course not. Goodness gracious. I don't remember ever having this much trouble with the tutorial. This is not a sign. I think this might be an omen. Okay. Alright, let me think about this here. Let me think about this. I'm gonna try this again. Because that's what gamers do. We do the same thing over and over and over again. And then of course we get frustrated when it doesn't work. So I guess that makes us gamers insane. It's the very definition of insanity. Alright, so, okay, I think it's just a matter of timing this LT button, the crouch button. Hopefully. There we go. Okay, and finally we're beyond that. Ouch. Okay, I have to make sure I do a little roll. And I like how the barbed wire, she just walks up to it and the barbed wire just like almost kills her. Like the barbed wire has some deadly force field around it. Oh my gosh. Oh. And this, oh gosh, I swear to you guys, I've played this game before. I really promise you guys that. I'm not lying about that. Okay.
Merc wants me to run you through some sparring. You know how he is. You ready? Okay, come on.
Yes, this game does have combat, and I really kind of come down on this game for the fact that it has combat. Oh my, what are you doing? Oh. I just punched her in the boobs. I'm kicking her really hard. I feel bad about that.
Alright, Faith. Let's run through some weapon disarms. Just in case.
So yeah, this is the combat, and I really am not a fan of it. But I think the more that I play it, the less annoying it is.
Remember what I taught you, Faith. Isolate them.
And the thing about it is that the combat really forces you to kind of slow down, because a lot of times you'll see you have to kind of hide behind places to try to ambush somebody. I mean, it's really not, you don't have to be that sophisticated, but the idea is you want to disarm people. And I forgot to use the reaction time. So this is what I'm going to be using to disarm enemies. It really helps a lot. And a lot of time, most of the time, you're going to face multiple enemies.
That's enough training, ladies. Got to get to the real thing. Drake's got a job for yourself, so check in with him. Faith, let me know when you're ready to get going.
See you later, Faith.
So I think that's just about it for the tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and keep it moving. We're going to get right into the actual story of the game now. So with the combat, most of the time I see, most of the time that I remember it, you have to fight multiple enemies at once. So you almost always have to disarm somebody and try to shoot the enemies. And I kind of feel, I'm a little disappointed in that, because for a game that emphasizes parkour. That's the big draw of it. You know, imagine if Mirror's Edge didn't have parkour, then it would have nothing unique about it. For a game like Mirror's Edge, I would have expected something a little more creative in terms of the combat. I would have thought maybe you could use your parkour to help you in combat instead of just a standard, okay, well, use a gun. And there's going to be another Mirror's Edge game coming out at some point in the future, so I'm kind of hoping that they maybe consider doing something creative like that. I mean, come on, this is a game about parkour. Just see what you can do in terms of having the combat focus on parkour. It's just a suggestion I have. Okay, so we're in the game proper now. Just about. I'm not controlling the character, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure the birds are real impressed, Faith. But once you finish showing off, you think you might concentrate on some actual work?
Okay.
Getting Celeste in position for a handoff. You need to get the delivery to her. She'll be near the communication.
So off we go. Pretty much. And this is a rather short game. This is another thing, so I'm hoping that the second, I don't know if it's going to be a sequel or a prequel. I don't know how it's going to relate to this game. I know it's going to have the same character, which is fine. But I don't know, story-wise, like I said before, it's pretty throwaway. It's not, you know, it's definitely no Final Fantasy or anything like that. But there's certain games that I don't mind that, and this is one of them. Another game that I can think of that kind of falls into that is Rainbow Six Vegas, both of them. The storyline, at least the storyline here, is not ridiculous, it's just rather forgettable. There's nothing amazing about it, but Rainbow Six Vegas is there's actually some really silly, inconsistent, and nonsensical elements to the story, and it almost makes it comical. But for this and for Rainbow Six Vegas, the gameplay just, you know, it definitely makes up for it. So I kind of like that a lot. So that's why I don't mind playing games like this and that, because like I said, the gameplay more than makes up for it. Now, if you have a game that has a forgettable story and the action is bland, and I'm looking at Resident Evil 6, then that's a problem. I didn't show you guys here, but to the left there were a bunch of police officers, and I felt turning around I probably would have got shot up and would have died, so I'm just not gonna waste any time and get the heck out of Dodge. And by the way, I don't know, I guess it was around this time in gaming, there seem to be quite a few games, and you'll see it more later, that sort of mock the whole, how do you say, kind of mock society in a little bit of a way, mock capitalism, mock that kind of thing. GTA 4 is actually another one. The radio stations and the TV stations and all the media that you see and hear in the game just kind of mock life in general, mock the things that we take for that we value, like just silly shit. And I kind of like that. It's pretty clever. So there you go, my first actual combat, my first actual dealing with combat in the game. So you have another cop here, so it's actually pretty easy. This part's pretty straightforward. And I don't know if you saw that little logo there, that little icon, the red one, the red square with like a shape of an eye.
I can see Faith now.
But that usually indicates that there's these collectibles in the area, and I have yet to collect all of the collectibles in this game. I have no idea how many I'm missing.
There are more blues on the way.
And I don't even know how many there are in total.
Hey, throw me the bag. Okay, I got it right here.
Okay, they're playing rough cell.
I'll be fine. Shit, get out of here.
So, see, I don't mind when sometimes you have to like run away from the enemies. But like I said, they could have been a little more creative, I think. Oh, and right there, I don't know if you saw that, but it almost looked like I wasn't gonna grab the railing on the helicopter. And that's another issue that I have with the game. Sometimes, and you're gonna see it because I kind of recorded a little ahead, you're gonna see that there are times where Faith looks like she's not gonna grab something, or she looks like she's not even close to an item like a pole or something like that, and yet she does. And then the opposite situation happens where she looks like she's within reach of grabbing an item or grabbing a pole or something like that, and she just falls right through. And that's a big complaint I have about this game. So time for some more story.
Say again, Officer Connors.
Going to see Pope. Robert Pope. Taking a statement on that break-in last week? Yeah, anyways, it's 56 West Arlen Drive. Tell Lieutenant Miller.
Copy that. I'll relay the message, Officer Connors.
Thanks. Connor's out.
Hello, sis.
You there, kiddo?
Hey, Mark.
I bet you're listening to the chatter.
You know me.
We'll try and get some sleep. It's been a rough day. Gonna put the word out tomorrow. See why those blues got itchy trigger fingers. I'll drop by later, okay? And don't chuck that pizza. I like the toppings matured.
Matured. Yeah, I know. See you, Mark.
Shots fired. Repeat, shots fired. All units proceed to 56 West Arlen Drive immediately. Proceed with caution.
Kate! Where are you? Kate, where are you?
Hey,
Merc,
you off?
just get on comms and track me.
On to the next chapter.
Almost there.
Well, anytime you'd like to tell me where there is and what the hell you're doing, feel free.
It's my sister.
Alright,
Okay.
I think I'm
see if
gonna
I can
go ahead
figure out
and
what's going on. Give me a second.
end it right here. Later.